Welcome to 3 Count Commentaries. Today we're going to talk about AEW's Battle of the Belts, or as I call it, AEW Rampage 2.0. This was another episode of Rampage, dog. Jesus Christ. It was match after match after match. Nothing really occurred. Let's talk about it, though. Sammy Guevara regains the TNT Championship from Scorpio Sky. The fans were booing Sammy Guevara, and then they turned Sammy Guevara heel, which means they turned Scorpio Sky babyface. So Paige Van Zant and Tay Conti fight in the aisleway. It looks bad. Scorpio Sky is, distracted. The referee is distracted. Sammy Guevara hits Scorpio Sky in the balls from behind. He does the go to hell or whatever the hell to pin Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky was literally the champion for like 3 weeks, and he had one title defense in which he defeated Wardlow, and what was Wardlow's only loss to that point. Well, I shouldn't say that. It was the most significant loss of Wardlow's career, in so much that it was his first title match. It screwed over him winning the Giant Donut. He was on an undefeated streak powerbombing guys, just killing them with power bombs. And Scorpio Sky beat him, only to lose to Sammy Guevara, the guy who he beat, who he won it from. Look, I was on the train. Scorpio Sky never should have been a champion in the first place. It just never should have happened. To me, is this the right move? Not really. I don't like Sammy Guevara either. Like, there's nothing good going on with this TNT belt. There's nothing good going on with it right now. This sucks. Sammy and Tay are now heels, I guess. I don't know what's going on. This thing off the rails. It's, because the fans are booing Sammy Guevara because they think that he was cheating on his homely girlfriend with Tay Conti, who is this spicy hot Brazilian. I mean, who wouldn't cheat on their girlfriend with Tay Conti? She's beautiful. It doesn't help that they're cringe as fuck and they're annoying as hell, as most couples who are super happy tend to be. It comes across as being very phony and disingenuous, and people are kind of earling at Sammy Guevara right now because they thought he was cool, but they found out he's a simp. But whatever. I don't like the match itself. I didn't really care for it, but I would be lying if I said I gave them my full undivided attention. Mainly because I've seen these guys wrestle before, and I'm not a fan of either one of them, really. So I was kind of like, let's move on. And thankfully, we did. Jonathan Gresham and Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle said some stuff, but he was talking too fast, and he was talking, I think, in coded language. The beautiful thing about this is my brother seeing Dalton Castle for the first time. So I watch a lot of wrestling with my little brother. And he's been a wrestling fan about as long as he's been around on planet Earth. He's 34 now, 34. He had never seen Dalton Castle before in his life. He had also never seen Jonathan Gresham before. So this is the first time he's going to see either one of them. And I watch Ring of Honor. He doesn't. He never watched Ring of Honor. He only watches WWE and AEW and TNA. That's it. And he doesn't even watch Impact anymore. So Dalton Castle's doing his entrance. And I tell him, I'm like, yo, Dalton Castle, cool as fuck, but super gay. Like, I'm talking flamboyant, super gay. I gave him a heads up, and he still freaked out when he saw the boys. That brought me so much joy. When he was like, what the fuck is that? Dalton Castle and his boys. That shit is hilarious to me, bro. I love Dalton Castle, man. I'm behind how no homo, but I'm completely behind because I think he has charisma and he makes everything he does work. He has panache, as they say. And I dig the Peacock character thing. I thought it was pretty fucking cool. My brother wasn't disgusted. He was just kind of like, what the fuck is this? Like, why is there so many half-naked guys? Like, I mean, we're watching wrestling, for Christ's sake, right? But, like, they got like feathers and shit. And they're kneeling down and he's stepping on them. They worship him. He's like, what is going on? He was just so freaked out. He was actually even more freaked out by the size of Jonathan Gresham, which actually makes him look smaller now that I actually watch him on TV and not on the not on the tablet. You know, I watch a lot of wrestling on tablets. This is the first time I got to watch Jonathan Gresham on like the real TV. And my brother was like, oh, that the mask was pretty cool. And I was like, yeah, it is. Like, I like the little octopus mask. I thought it was pretty dope. And then he saw Jonathan Gresham get in the ring and he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, he's stocky, but he is not tall. He is not tall. He's got to be 5'4". He's got to be. You know, he's a very small man, but at least he's well built. I would put it to him like that. If you're going to be short, be well built, and Jonathan Gresham is that. He looks believable in his role. I like this match between the two for the Ring of Honor World Title. Dalton Castle is very good. He was much better before he hurt himself a couple of years ago. I don't see why we don't sign Dalton Castle. This is like the fifth time I've said how much I think Dalton Castle should be on American television, doing fun stuff. He's a great character with great promo ability. You know, you could easily put some people behind him and he can get them over. You know, he has something that you can add things to. He can add things to other. It's like Dalton Castle is a 5-tool player. I don't give a fuck about him being flamboyant or gay or anything like that. He can wrestle and he can talk. And he's not that big, but he's big enough. You know, he doesn't have a great physique, but he's not, in a flabby fuck. He has a unique look, but he also kind of has a look that makes him disappear. He is a 5-tool player. I love Dalton Castle. Legit. If he was younger, let's say 25, I would say WWE is foolish for not signing him. Because he actually has a background in wrestling. Like, a legit wrestling background. I just think that he's probably one of the best guys that works the independents and Ring of Honor that nobody will probably ever pick up. And I don't know why. And it's got to be because of his history of injuries and stuff like that. But Dalton Castle is a gem of a performer. Jonathan Gresham was pretty good too. Gresham wins with the octopus lock. I liked the match. I thought the match was fun. I didn't like the chop in the corner stuff when they was, fake chopping and dodging each other. I didn't like it because they did it too much. Like if you do it like he dodged and then you dodge and then he dodge again and then somebody tries to do something different. Okay. But if it was just he dodged and then you dodge and then he dodges, then you dodge and he dodges and you dodge. It's like, okay, now you just look stupid, because neither one of y'all is getting anything off here. All right. After the match, Satnam Singh came to the ring along with Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt. Oh boy. As Singh, they got the visual of Singh and Jonathan Gresham in the ring at the same time, which is absolutely hilarious. Then Jay Lethal touched Gresham on the shoulder like, hey buddy, and then did a handspring cutter. And I was like, come on, bro. I hate the lethal injection so much. It's so unnecessary, bro. It's a front flip. Just do the fucking cutter. That's the part that hurts. That's the part that actually hurts the opponent. Just do that. But they beat up on Jonathan Gresham. Matt Sydal came out there. He got beat up too. Samoa Joe made the save, carrying a pipe, and all the bad guys ran away. I was like, okie dokie. Okie dokie. I will say this. Ring of Honor is a unique brand with a unique style and a unique presentation. And they're AEWing the hell out of this, right? This comes across as very AEW now. It's like, it's going to be AEW ROH. Kind of like WCW, WWE, ECW, where it was the corpse of ECW, but it was very WWE at the same time. That's kind of how this Ring of Honor stuff is looking so far. Because Ring of Honor didn't always do a lot of post-match shenanigans and all that kind of stuff. Guys carrying pipes to the ring and all that kind of shit. It was like, You know, and these ROH titles feel like extra AEW belts. And that's kind of how Tony Khan is playing it. Like, it's not a separate company. It's a sub company. Like, it's the NXT of AEW. And that's fine. I just didn't think that's what it was going to be. I thought, like, ROH was going to be, like, occasionally on AEW. And as apparently, when Jonathan Gresham signed to AEW, he was signed to their Ring of Honor brand. So he's going to be on Ring of Honor. But he's wrestling on AEW television, which is the Battle of the Belts. This doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like, oh yeah, Vince McMahon bought WCW. Instead of consuming those contracts, he's going to sign guys and send them to the WCW brand of WWE. And I'm just kind of like, huh? And I know that that's what it was supposed to be at first. You know, when you had like Booker T and Buff Bagwell, you know, that's supposed to be like a WCW brand of WWE. And I was like, those two things are too similar for them to be different enough. Like, that's the thing I try to tell people. You know, I know that it breaks your heart that WCW is gone, but it was so similar to WWE. What really was the difference? Really, in the comment section, please let me know. What was the major difference between WCW and WWE? ECW was markedly different. Different rules, different structure, different mentality, different everything. WCW at its height could be mistaken for WWE because a lot of the stars were the same. A lot of the presentation was the same. You know, it was a little bit more wrestling based, I think, maybe. But WWE has this time of being more wrestling based too. So when I'm looking at that, I'm looking at also like Ring of Honor and AEW. Like, they're so similar that are you really going, like, I feel like the culture that Ring of Honor was building as it was going in its final days has been washed away. And now it's mostly just AEW stuff. You know, and it feels like an AEW produced Ring of Honor segment, even though they're doing the Ring of Honor ring announcer and stuff like that. And it just doesn't feel like Ring of Honor, you know. Maybe it's because there's more people in the building. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. The main event was Nyla Rose versus Thunder Rosa, and it was the worst match of the night, easily. Of course, Thunder Rosa wins because, again, this is just Rampage with extra steps. All right. This show it wasn't a complete waste of an hour. I did enjoy Gresham and Castle, even though I didn't like the post-match stuff. And at least I got that out of it. I didn't care about anybody else on this show. So. But let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.